Hello, beautiful people. I hope we're all doing well, having a great day. It's Ellena here, and right now I'm just sunbathing, and the sun is super bright today, and it's right in front of my eyes, so squinting a little. Anyway, I love it. Today's video is just going to be about a little bit of a discussion about the medicine known as ayahuasca. If you haven't heard of ayahuasca before, ayahuasca is a brew. It's a medicine originating from South America. It's made up of certain plants. So it's made up of monoamine oxidase inhibitors known as MAOIs contained in certain plants like caapi and N-dimethyltryptamine in the plants as well. And these are what make up ayahuasca. You may have heard of DMT, you may not have heard of DMT. And DMT is highly illegal in most countries across the world. And it's a psychedelic. Ayahuasca is a psychedelic brew, you could call it that, a psychedelic medicine. It's known as a plant medicine. And I would like to talk about some of the benefits that I've personally experienced from my ayahuasca experience. And so I recently tried ayahuasca, just one ceremony, and this was last November, at the end of November 2019, and I didn't take a lot. So at first I just had a little spoonful, sat down. There were quite a few people at the ceremony, some people laying down, some people sitting. So the shaman, he gives me a little spoon just to start off with. I get a feel of it, but I don't feel much. I'm sitting there, and 1 hour later I go up for more. And at this point, you could say I got maybe like a cup filled with this much. It was just about a mouthful. So I took this mouthful of the ayahuasca, and it does taste very similar to alcohol, I feel. As soon as I consumed it, I felt it as it hit my stomach, very heavy in the stomach. And I could instantly feel it starting to, do some work inside of me. I could instantly feel it kind of mixing with my stomach acids and getting absorbed into the body fully. And it's not the most pleasant feeling having the ayahuasca in your stomach, I don't feel. However, the taste is definitely not as bad as most people make it out to be. Actually, it's not bad at all, I feel. So eventually I go up to get some more, and when I go back, I go to lay down this time. I was sitting up before, laying down, and it finally hits me. And long story short, I won't go into a whole trip report about this, but I do have a very lengthy trip report that I've actually posted in the Discord server, which is in the description, you can join. And to say the least, it is a magical experience. And yeah, I do have some minimal experience with DMT by itself before taking the DMT in its plant form, the ayahuasca, and it's definitely nothing like smoking some DMT. I can say that much. It's very different. It's much more relaxing. It's almost like the high of an opiate, that sort of relaxing feeling, and yet it's very intense at the same time. Very intense. Personally, I found it to be one of the most intense experiences of my life. And that was not even from one cup. I did not even drink half a cup of ayahuasca, let alone even one. Maybe a quarter of a cup. And I didn't need any more. That was just in my case. Obviously, the potency of the brew is going to depend entirely on how it is brewed. And wow, I was being given a lot of messages, you could say, throughout that trip, throughout that experience, that journey. I was being guided by various entities, and they were just really giving me you could call it a massive wake-up call. Directly talking to me from within. Really, it just felt like a part of my own self, maybe you could call it a higher self, talking to myself, telling me what I already knew, but just giving me a reminder in such a way that I found it to be very well heard from my side. It was well heard and listened to. In that state, when you're in that state, I mean, considering how overwhelmed you are, it's a lot different to just affirming to yourself while you're sober, obviously. It really sticks with you. And so it's been, how many months has it been? November, December, January. So yeah, it's been nearly 5 months since I've tried the ayahuasca, and wow, life-changing experience. Now I'd been going through phases of deep depression since I was 10 years old, and I was having trouble getting out of bed nearly every day at times. So this lasted on and off from age 10 to around 17, and since I tried that ayahuasca at 17 last year, oh my god, rebirth much. It's definitely a amazing experience. I mean, I'm speechless. I don't really have any words for it. Some people describe the ayahuasca experience as being, I could say, 10 years of therapy in one night, or 20 years. Personally, I don't subscribe to the whole therapy stuff, counseling, whatever. I don't feel it's enough for many people. It's not really how you're going to get yourself out of a dark situation. Not at all. And I don't recommend regular therapy whatsoever. Alternative therapy with an energy worker or a healer who can actually help yourself heal yourself, because that's how you really want to do it. Yeah, go ahead. I highly recommend that. And the ayahuasca, the medicine, the ayahuasca spirit will be the greatest form of guide. One of the greatest forms of guidance you'll ever experience if you're in the right setting, with a proper shaman who knows their shit. You're in for a hell of a journey, and it's going to be life-changing. Otherwise, it may not have much impact on you. Another thing that's really important, setting your intention, okay? So, it's really important to set your intention before you go into the trip. I'd say this applies to most things in life. Setting your intention for what you want out of an experience. Because when you're putting that out there to the universe, ask and you shall receive. That's sort of how it works, really. And wow. Yeah. Amazing stuff. Now, I'd been wanting to try ayahuasca for at least 3 years before I actually managed to experience it. So it was something I really had looked into. I'd done my research, and I'd had my experiences with smoking DMT, and I was ready. It wasn't the right time when I was 14, 15. So yeah, a few years later I managed. And it came to me. And that's the beauty of it. When you're ready, it will come. It will be there. Everything is occurring in a divine timing. And honestly, that's the beauty of life. It's one of the beauties of life. Excuse the squeaky chair. So, no, you do not have to go to the Amazon to try ayahuasca and have an absolutely life-changing, breathtaking experience, no. So my shaman, I won't say but the shaman. So he's from Colombia, very traditional shaman. And the teachings he knew of had been passed down from his mother, father, his family. So he was really, you could say, initiated into the whole thing. He was given permission to actually conduct these ceremonies outside of Colombia in the way they do it traditionally. Anyway, it's different for every shaman, right? Yeah. Really amazing stuff. I know I've said that a few times, but can't really exaggerate enough. It is beyond words, and you have to try it. You have to experience it in order to know what I'm really saying. And yeah, if you're going through some shit, if you're having a hard time, it's been going on for a while, definitely try out some ayahuasca. I found it really helped. It really helped me on many levels to really rebirth my entire being to a whole new level of beingness. But at the same time, it's not new because it's already inside of us. It's already within. It helps you to unleash that which is already within you. Many things do. Not just psychedelics and not just plant medicine like ayahuasca. There are many paths to take, but at the same time, there is not a need to limit yourself to one path only. It's always nice to experiment a little bit and get a feel of different things in life. So, I think that's all I have to say here in regards to ayahuasca and how it's completely changed my life, or I've changed my life myself, but the medicine has helped me do that on every single level possible. So I can almost say that ayahuasca has helped save my life. And that is how amazing it is. So, have a lovely day, everyone, and sending peace, love, and blessings to you. Bye-bye.